Water, water everywhere, all over Hillsborough County, starting with our beautiful Tampa Bay. Now, I'm not really walking on water, but don't I wish I could dump my jet skis for starters. But I'm here to talk about water and where all the water we use here in Hillsborough County comes from. I mean, in addition to Tampa Bay. Yes, water comes into our homes from taps and hoses. But I mean even before that. Okay, that's better. We have 2 big rivers in Hillsborough County. That's where some of it comes from. And then a lot comes from right under our feet. The huge Florida aquifer. Underground water. And of course, it all starts with rain, filling the swamps, the rivers, and the aquifer. Okay, we're faking the rain here, but you get the idea. The water we use every day is part of a cycle. First, rain falls, flowing into rivers and seeping into the aquifer. Water is pumped from the aquifer and siphoned from the rivers and goes to a treatment plant and then to your house, where you use it for 100 different things. When you're done, the water is flushed, drained, or moved to the wastewater treatment plant. Rainfall, on the other hand, is carried into a drainage system that leads back to surface water bodies where it can be collected and sent to the water treatment plant. Again, some rainfall trickles back to the aquifer and waits to be pumped for our use another day. Some of it evaporates. Some is discharged into bodies of water such as Tampa Bay, where it also evaporates. All this evaporation forms clouds, and soon the moisture comes back to Earth as rain. Then the cycle starts all over again. Back in the 6th grade, my science teacher told me our bodies can be up to 80% water. No wonder we're obsessed with it. I like to think I'm mostly Perrier. How, you ask, does this sparkling clean water manage to acquire pollutants? Well, there are 2 ways. Neither one something you want to describe over dinner. One is called point source pollution, like this spot right here. Pretty obvious how this water's getting fouled. I could reach out and touch it, but I'm afraid I'd disintegrate. Then there's non-point source pollution. We get runoff from roads or parking lots or other surfaces, and it's loaded with oil and transmission fluid and heaven knows what else. It runs into a stream, that runs into a river, and right into our waterways. Another problem is us, as in you and me, people. We do more than our part to get chemicals and pollutants into the water. Doesn't make us evil or anything. It's just the way we live. We incinerate garbage and all kinds of stuff we don't want. The stacks have scrubbers in them, but they don't trap everything. Same for coal-fired power plants. We toss all manner of junk into the wind, and eventually each particle latches itself to a raindrop and hitches a ride to Earth, into our swamps, streams, bays, and rivers. Every time we fertilize the lawn or try to kill garden pests, we use contaminants that wash into nearby waterways or stormwater drains. Sure, each one of us only contributes a little, but you get enough people doing that, it adds up in a hurry. And even though it's illegal, some people actually dump paint and old motor oil into the sewers. Then there are cars and tractors and lawnmowers and blowers and other machines. They're all part of our lives, and at some point, they all leak antifreeze and oil and transmission fluid. Guess where that heads after a heavy rain? Of course, we humans have help putting stuff into the water that doesn't belong there. Mother Nature adds her own ingredients. The soil contains some things that just aren't good for us, that we didn't put there. You know what they say about bears in the woods? Well, it's not just bears. Nature's wild critters aren't very discreet. Neither are farm animals or your family dog. Water's a complicated issue. We need it for life, for food, beauty, for recreation. It's the most common substance on Earth. Without water, we don't exist, which means we need to understand how we affect the water cycle. We need to know where water comes from, where it goes, and what happens to it anyway. Knowing is the only way to make sure there will always be enough clean water for everyone on planet Earth, which, the last time I checked, included Hillsborough County.